I didn't see you there. Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Tuesday. I'm your host, Fit Chef Bonzo. Wait, somebody's missing here.
Hi, it's your boy Garcia, and today we're going to talk about our experience driving
Tesla. We test drove the Tesla. What model did we drive?
We test drove a Tesla Model X.
So what we really want to do in this video is talk about, really first, is how do we go about getting the Tesla Model X to test drive it. A lot of people probably just thinking they may not know, can you really test drive these cars? Yes, you can. Actually, Tesla, they're opening up a lot of their stores.
Yeah, they say they're not a
they're not dealership. So they call themselves store. Yeah. So they have a store and they're opening up everywhere now, so it's easier for you to be able to test drive. So we'll talk about that first. The second part of what we're going to talk about is just the experience of just driving it. The car itself, the feel, and then just being able to drive it. And then the last part, really we're going to talk about is the pros and cons about it. And then, if you stick around to the end, we'll tell you how you can actually take Tesla home overnight. So the first thing that we did is I just really went online. I scheduled an appointment and then found out the date that was available, and then I was able to book it. And then a few days later on, I got a call from a representative who said that they will be able to assist me if we wanted to do the test drive, and then we booked an appointment time. And then from that point on, we made our way to the Tesla store.
What's happening today?
Tesla test driving.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's do it.
And we were able to actually get there. They were not busy. It was pretty quick by the time we got there, right?
Yeah, awesome customer service.
Yeah. So I think it was very fast. It was very friendly, and was able to basically just guide us through the process of what was needed for us to be able to take the car for a test drive.
But yeah, just from the beginning, you have the ability to actually go check any of the cars that are there available. I think they had 4 models there, the Model X, no 3 actually. The Model X, the Y, and the Model 3 as well. And we were able to get inside all of them, check the specs. You cannot turn on the cars, but you can actually see the interface on the computer. And it was a really good experience being at the store.
Right from the get-go, I started driving the car. The one thing I can really tell you, just the way it felt. It was very quiet. Like, it didn't feel like I was driving a car, because I'm used to driving my automatic car or stick shift car, and it's gas, right? So it's from the get-go right there was really interesting just seeing the car, how it drove. And then the one thing that stood out is really just the brake. As soon as you take your foot off the gas pedal, it automatically brakes for you. So which I think it was really amazing for me as far as car is concerned, and that just shows you how much autonomous driving has changed, right? From that perspective. So that was one of the things. I think that the feel for the driving itself, it was really good. I mean, it felt like driving a regular car. Just the technology inside the car was one thing that also just stood out. Is being able to actually see the red light when it's turning red, or if it's green, or if it's yellow. Being able to see the cars that are next to you when you're driving. If it's a truck, then you're going to see on the screen it's showing up as a truck showing next to you. If it's an SUV, the icon of the car, it shows up as the SUV. So that was really good. And then just driving on the speed, it was like, as soon as you get on the speed, it's really fast. Very fast to go from 0 to 60. So that was very impressive for me, at least from the beginning. What else? What stood out for me on your part?
The Tesla experience, I gotta give it to them. It was out of this world, you know. It was something I had never experienced. The fact that when you go to the car, you actually don't have to turn on the car.
Mm-hmm.
this is something that really stood out for myself. Every time I go to my car, I have to put my car key and then turn the car on. That's something that was like, wow, this is a whole different level. And then driving the car, it was also different in the sense that as you are on the wheel, it gives you a whole different experience, you know, in terms if you compare it to what you have been doing. And some of the key examples I could say would be just the whole
dashboard.
The dashboard, not only the dashboard, like you don't have any buttons.
Oh
yeah, you don't have any buttons around the dashboard, and the computer, the panel on the dashboard is literally where you do most of the things that you want to do.
Yeah. And
that's something that I loved. And you can experience your car different ways by choosing what type of
performance that you wanted to happen to it. So if you have to pick top 3 things that you really enjoyed while we were driving the Tesla, what would be? What would be your top 3?
One of the main things that I liked in the car is the space. First of all, it's very spacious, and not only for the driver and the passenger in the front seat. You can also verify that driving in the back seats. And the second thing is one thing I noticed in most of the cars, that you know that little bump you have in every car for the transmission.
Yeah,
you don't have that. You can freely move from one seat to another without having to raise your feet to go to the next to the next session. I like that. Switching to a whole Tesla thing, I would say the fact that the car is quiet gives you a different experience in terms of driving. Every time you're driving a gas car, one of the indicators that you can have that your car is going fast is the sound.
Yeah.
And on a Tesla, you don't have that. You know, it's very quiet. You can actually feel the acceleration.
Yeah.
When you press like hard in the gas, you will feel the car taking off, just similar to an airplane, I would say.
Yeah.
That's something I liked in the car.
So for me, I'll say, so number one thing that I did not like is the life of the battery. Even though they say that you can drive longer, I think it says about 400 miles on the battery that we had before you need a charge. It was not that. What we experienced is as we were driving, the battery power just kept going down and down and down and down, which was really kind of annoying. So if I'm planning to take a trip, let's say to Pennsylvania, that already tells me that I have to stop by a couple of times to be able to charge it. So I think that's a downside to me. The other thing was really the autonomous driving itself. Although I really enjoy it, I like it, but when you're trying to make it to do the autopilot, it was not really recognizing the road that much. So it will start driving fast and then it will swerve off, and then the good thing it alerted me for me to take over the control. So I'm not really sure if I want to be totally relying on the car to drive myself. So that's like just a panic area that I think at least it was a little bit iffy to me. So that's definitely one of the other things I did not like. And the last thing is the monster in the room, which is the price. I think it's just too expensive. I just felt like it was, for Model X, the price is just too high. Maybe in a couple of years, the price will go down. But I think with the one we had is like the top of the line car, and that price I think goes up to $115,000 if I'm not mistaken. What I want to talk about right now is really how do you get to keep the Tesla overnight. So some of the viewers may know, some of them not. So basically what we did is we really liked the car. We really wanted to have the car. But my wife was not present at that time. So our great salesperson asked us if we wanted to keep it for test driving it for overnight, and I said yes.
Say hi. Here. Say hi. What are you about to do?
Buy a Tesla.
What are you about to do?
So we scheduled a time and we actually went and picked it up. and we basically had the Tesla for overnight. And that's one way you can do it. You can actually request for them to allow you to test drive it overnight. The only thing is you have to pick it up by at least 5 or 5:30 p.m. and you have to return it before 9 o'clock or before they open it next day. So you just have to make sure you do that. But I think if you're working with somebody who really understands and you really want to be able to get the car, they're going to be able to work with you. They'll be able to present you with different ways to be able to keep it even for a night, or maybe if you're in an area where they have a lot of cars available for test driving, they may ask you, they may allow you to keep it for maybe a day.
Wow.
Open the other one.
The other one doesn't open.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so the one negative review about it is going to be this. It's so small, so you can't really see it that much. Like the sun still comes out of you, so if somebody's shorter, it's really hard for you to be able to see it. It's doing it itself. I'm just putting my hand there just because if I'm here, it can be confusing, but it's doing it. So in this case, I had to take over. Yeah, so control. We were able to keep it for just overnight. We picked it up at 5:30 p.m. and we had to return about 8:30 in the morning the next day. So that's one of the ways that you can be able to actually keep a Tesla overnight. So again, I hope you enjoyed this segment. If you want to see more segments like this, please, by all means, comment below. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to Fit Chef Ponzo. And we talk about really a lot of things, right? So we talk about travel, food, and then technology. So you want to make sure you follow us, and then we'll bring in more videos like this. And again, make sure you like this video, share it with more people, and then Tesla. Yes, you want to sponsor us. This is not sponsored by Tesla yet, but someday we'll have some sponsorship, okay? So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. See ya.
Peace out.